You went to bed at a reasonable time. You weren't even that stressed. And yet, here you are, 3 a.m., wide awake, staring at the ceiling. Again. If this sounds like your life right now, I want you to know something important before we go any further. This is not just getting older. This is not your imagination. And this is absolutely not something you simply have to accept. There are real biological reasons this happens to seniors, and in the next 8 minutes, I'm going to explain exactly what they are, and more importantly, what actually helps. Stay with me, because what you're about to learn might finally give you the answer you've been looking for. First, let's clear something up. Most seniors who come to me with this problem have spent years thinking something is wrong with them. Their doctor ran tests. Everything came back normal. And they were sent home with a shrug and told, well, you're getting older. But here's what that doctor probably didn't explain. What's happening to your sleep after 60 is specific. It's measurable. And it follows a very predictable biological pattern. Your body isn't breaking down, it's changing. And once you understand exactly how, you can start working with it instead of fighting against it every night. Here's something most people don't realize about sleep. It's not one long continuous rest. Your brain actually cycles through different stages all night long. Light sleep, deep sleep, and dream sleep, repeating roughly every 90 minutes. In your younger years, you spent more time in deep, restorative sleep during the first half of the night. And even as sleep got lighter toward morning, your brain kept you asleep. After 60, 3 things change, and they change together. First, deep sleep shrinks. The amount of time your brain spends in deep sleep drops significantly. Less deep sleep means lighter, more fragile sleep overall. The slightest disruption pulls you fully awake. Second, your body clock shifts earlier. Your internal clock, your circadian rhythm, shifts forward with age. You feel sleepy earlier in the evening, and your body starts preparing to wake up earlier in the morning, sometimes as early as 3 a.m. Third, melatonin drops. Melatonin is the hormone that signals to your brain that it's nighttime. After 60, your brain produces noticeably less of it. The signal weakens. Sleep becomes much easier to break. Now here's the question everyone asks. Why 3 a.m. specifically? Why not 1 a.m. or 5 a.m.? The answer comes down to 2 systems that work together to keep you asleep. The first is what researchers call sleep pressure. Throughout the day, a chemical called adenosine builds up in your brain. The longer you're awake, the more it accumulates, and the sleepier you feel. When you fall asleep, your brain starts clearing this adenosine. By around 3 a.m., it's cleared enough that the pressure keeping you asleep has dropped significantly. In younger adults, the circadian rhythm picks up the slack. It keeps suppressing wakefulness even as sleep pressure fades. But in older adults, that compensation weakens. The result is a gap, right around 3 a.m., where neither system is strong enough to hold you in sleep. And on top of that, cortisol, your body's natural wake-up hormone, starts rising in the early morning hours. In seniors, especially those under any stress, this rise happens earlier and more sharply than it should. That's the 3 a.m. wake-up. It's biology, not bad luck, not weakness. Biology. Now, beyond the natural aging changes, Several everyday things make the 3 a.m. problem significantly worse. Pain and discomfort. Arthritis, back pain, joint stiffness, extremely common after 60. When your pain medication wears off in the middle of the night, or your sleeping position becomes uncomfortable, your brain wakes you up. And once you're awake at 3 a.m. with pain, getting back to sleep feels nearly impossible. Bathroom trips. Needing to urinate during the night becomes more frequent with age. The trip itself isn't the problem. It's that once you're up and moving at 3 a.m., your brain often decides it's done sleeping for the night. Racing thoughts. Many seniors say that the moment they wake up, their mind immediately starts going, worrying about health, family, finances. That mental activation makes returning to sleep feel impossible. Medications. This one surprises people. Certain blood pressure drugs, diuretics, steroids, and some antidepressants can quietly disrupt sleep and trigger middle-of-the-night waking. If your sleep problems started around the same time as a new medication, it's worth a conversation with your doctor. And that nighttime drink. A small glass of wine might help you fall asleep, but alcohol fragments sleep in the second half of the night, right in that 3 a.m. window, as your body metabolizes it. What feels like a sleep aid is often the cause of the problem. I want to take 30 seconds here to say something important. Many seniors dismiss their broken nights as harmless inconvenience, but research consistently links chronic poor sleep in older adults to faster cognitive decline and memory problems, a weakened immune system, higher rates of depression and anxiety, increased risk of falls from daytime fatigue, and greater difficulty managing conditions like diabetes and heart disease. Sleep is not a luxury. After 60, it is one of the most powerful things you can do for your brain, your body, and your quality of life. Now, the part you've been waiting for. What actually helps? Keep a consistent sleep schedule. Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, including weekends. This is the single most effective lifestyle change for stabilizing your sleep system. It takes 2 to 3 weeks to feel the difference, but it works. Cool down your bedroom. Your body temperature naturally drops during sleep. A room that's too warm fights against this. Aim for around 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit, or 18 to 20 degrees Celsius. Cut the evening sugar and alcohol. Both trigger that 3 a.m. crash. A light, low-sugar snack before bed is a better option if you're hungry. Build a wind-down routine. Give your brain 30 to 60 minutes of quiet before bed. No phones, no news. Light reading, gentle stretching, or calming music all help lower cortisol before sleep. And support your brain's natural sleep chemistry. Several natural compounds have strong scientific backing for improving sleep in older adults specifically. Magnesium glycinate promotes deeper, more restorative sleep, the stage most affected by aging. L-theanine calms the racing thoughts that make it hard to fall back asleep after waking. Tart cherry extract is one of nature's richest sources of melatonin, shown in studies to reduce nighttime waking in older adults. GABA quiets the overactive brain activity that keeps you alert when you should be resting. And lemon balm directly targets the cortisol spike that pulls so many seniors awake in the early hours. If you'd like all of these ingredients working together in one place, I'll leave a link in the description below to the formula I recommend for seniors specifically. It combines all 5 compounds in a liquid format for faster absorption, and many seniors report fewer 3 a.m. wake-ups within the first week. Waking up at 3 a.m. is not your fault. It's not weakness. It's not just age. It's a predictable result of real biological changes that can be understood, addressed, and improved. My neighbor Margaret slept through the night for the first time in years after combining a consistent bedtime routine with the right natural support. She still calls it a small miracle. It doesn't have to feel that dramatic, but better sleep after 60 is absolutely possible, and you deserve it. If you found this helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to The Wise Elder for more honest, practical health advice for seniors every week. I've also written a detailed article covering everything in this video, with all the science references. Link is in the description below. See you in the next one.